Hey, ready? Today we're building super practical Telugu for talking about your daily routine, especially things you do to yourself or for yourself. Waking up, getting up, brushing, bathing, getting dressed, and going to sleep. And here's the nice surprise. Telugu keeps this pretty simple. You usually don't need a special reflexive pattern like in some other languages. You just say the action naturally. So instead of thinking, how do I say I wake myself up, I dress myself, I bathe myself, just think in everyday Telugu. I wake up, I bathe, I get ready. Clean, simple, useful. Nice. Let's start with one of the most common verbs of all, to wake up or to get up from sleep. In casual Telugu, you'll often hear lechu, lechu in dictionary form. In a real sentence, I wake up is nenu lestanu, nenu lestanu. Literally, I wake up or I get up. How do you say in Telugu? నేను త్వరగా లేస్తాను. నేను త్వరగా లేస్తాను. Nice. త్వరగా, త్వరగా means early or quickly depending on context. Here, with waking up, it naturally means early. So నేను త్వరగా లేస్తాను means I wake up early. A small memory trick. A lot of useful A2 Telugu routine verbs in this lesson will end in tanu when you say I do. Lestanu, padukuntanu, chesukuntanu, veltanu. When you hear that tanu sound, your brain can go, that's I do territory. Not every verb works identically, but it's a very handy pattern. Now let's make it a little more real. After you wake up, you get up. In everyday speech, the same verb often does both jobs. Context tells you what it means. If you say nenu aru gantulaku lestanu, that means I wake up at 6. If you say okay, then lechi. Now it feels like after getting up. For example, nenu lechi neelu tagutanu. Nenu lechi neelu tagutanu. I get up and drink water. By the way, neelu means water. And yes, it's often used in the plural-looking form in Telugu. Just take it as the normal word for water in conversation. How do you say in Telugu? I get up and brush my teeth. నేను లేచి పళ్ళు తోముకుంటాను. నేను లేచి పళ్ళు తోముకుంటాను. Great. Pallu is teeth. Tomukuntano, tomukuntano is a very natural way to say I brush, literally with a sense of doing it for myself. This is exactly where Telugu feels natural, instead of forcing a separate reflexive structure lesson. Just learn the whole chunk. Pallu tomukuntano. I brush my teeth. Say it with me slowly. Lechi, pallu tomukuntanu. Get up, brush my teeth. Super useful chunk. Now here's a little trick. When you chain actions in Telugu, one very common connector is the I form, like lechi, having gotten up, or after getting up. Chesi, having done. Tini, having eaten. It's like a smooth little bridge between actions. So instead of two short robotic sentences, you get natural flow. Lechi pallu tomukuntanu. I get up and brush my teeth. Snanam chesi ready avutanu. I bathe and get ready. Tini bayatiki veltanu. I eat and go out. See, Telugu loves this flow. Now let's move to bathing. A very common phrase is snanam cheyadam. Snanam cheyadam, to bathe or to take a bath. In normal speech, Nenu snanam chestanu. I bathe. But if you want a more daily routine sound, a very common chunk is snanam chesi ready avutanu. I take a bath and get ready. And yes, I'm deliberately using ready avutanu. That's everyday Tenglish, and it sounds natural. People absolutely say that. You could learn a more formal verb later, but for real life, ready avudam is gold. How do you say in Telugu? నేను స్నానం చేసి రెడీ అవుతాను. నేను స్నానం చేసి రెడీ అవుతాను. Perfect. Notice something helpful. English says get dressed, but Telugu daily speech often just says get ready, and that covers the idea naturally. If you specifically want I wear clothes, that would be నేను బట్టలు వేసుకుంటాను. నేను బట్టలు వేసుకుంటాను. Also useful. How do you say in Telugu? I wear clothes after my bath. నేను స్నానం తర్వాత బట్టలు వేసుకుంటాను. నేను స్నానం తర్వాత బట్టలు వేసుకుంటాను. Nice. Tarvata means after. Easy word, very useful. Let's build a mini routine. Listen first. నేను త్వరగా లేస్తాను. లేచి పళ్ళు తోముకుంటాను. తర్వాత స్నానం చేస్తాను. బట్టలు వేసుకుని రెడీ అవుతాను. Simple, natural, and very sayable. By the way, vesukoni means something like putting on and then it helps connect actions. Telugu is full of these lovely action bridges. They make you sound smooth instead of choppy. Now, sleeping. The everyday verb you really want is padukovadam, to lie down or go to bed. And in daily routine talk, it often means go to sleep. So I sleep, in the sense of I go to bed, is nenu padukuntanu. Nenu padukuntanu. How do you say in Telugu? నేను ఆలస్యంగా పడుకుంటాను. నేను ఆలస్యంగా పడుకుంటాను. Good. ఆలస్యంగా means late. So now you can say నేను త్వరగా లేస్తాను. I wake up early. But నేను ఆలస్యంగా పడుకుంటాను. I go to sleep late. Oof. Maybe not the healthiest routine, but very useful Telugu. How do you say in Telugu? I sleep at 10 o'clock. నేను 10 గంటలకు పడుకుంటాను. నేను 10 గంటలకు పడుకుంటాను. Excellent. Notice how times of day just slide naturally into the sentence. We're not making time the main grammar topic. We're just using it where it belongs. Now let's make it interactive with you. In Telugu for casual everyday use, especially with friends, siblings, classmates, or someone younger, you'll hear nuvu for you. And your verb changes a bit. Lestavu, chestunavu, padukuntavu. So you wake up is nuvu lestavu. You sleep is nuvu padukuntavu. How do you say in Telugu? What time do you wake up? Nuvu eppudu lestavu. Nuvu eppudu lestavu. Good. Literally, that's when do you wake up? And in real conversation, that often works as what time do you wake up? If you want to be more specific, you can also ask Nuvu enni gantalaku lestavu, meaning at what time do you wake up? But for now, eppudu is easy and flexible. How do you say in Telugu? When do you go to sleep? Nuvu eppudu padukuntavu. Nuvu eppudu padukuntavu. Great. You can now ask and answer little routine questions. That's real progress. Let's pause for a practical pattern. A lot of daily routine Telugu is easiest if you memorize whole chunks, not isolated verbs. Lestanu, I wake up. Pallu tomukuntanu, I brush my teeth. Snanam chestanu, I bathe. Ready avutanu, I get ready. Battalu vesukuntanu, I get dressed. Literally wear clothes. Padukuntanu, I go to sleep. Think of these as ready-made Lego pieces. You don't need to build from dust every time. Just snap them together. Now, a tiny side note that helps you sound more natural. English often says I am bathing or I am sleeping in some contexts. But for routine habits, Telugu usually just uses the simple present-future style. Snanam chestanu, padukuntanu, lestanu. So for I usually wake up early, Telugu is happy with nanu tvaraga lestanu. You don't need to overthink am waking versus wake. Common mistake number 1, translating too literally from English and trying to force myself everywhere. You do not need that. Don't worry about saying I dress myself as some special grammar monster. Just say nenu ready avutanu or menu battalu vesukuntanu. Common mistake number 2, mixing up wake up and get up with 2 completely different beginner phrases every time. In Telugu, lestanu often covers both very naturally. Context is king, don't fight it. Common mistake number 3, forgetting the connected action form. Beginners sometimes say, Nenu lestanu, nenu pallu tomukuntanu, nenu snanam chestanu. That's understandable, but a bit stiff. More natural is, Nenu lechi pallu tomukuntanu, taravata snanam chestanu. One action flows into the next. Common mistake number 4, using very formal textbook words for simple life. In real speech, ready avutanu is your friend. Use what people actually say. Let's do a few more quick ones so this really sticks. How do you say in Telugu? I wake up, drink water, and take a bath. Nenu lechi నీళ్లు తాగి స్నానం చేస్తాను. నేను లేచి నీళ్లు తాగి స్నానం చేస్తాను. How do you say in Telugu? After getting dressed, I go out. బట్టలు వేసుకుని బయటికి వెళ్తాను. బట్టలు వేసుకుని బయటికి వెళ్తాను. How do you say in Telugu? I get up late on Sunday. నేను ఆదివారం ఆలస్యంగా లేస్తాను. నేను ఆదివారం ఆలస్యంగా లేస్తాను. Nice. ఆదివారం is Sunday. Easy everyday vocabulary. And now your routine sentences are becoming real-life sentences. Now here's a short story in Telugu. Just listen first and picture it. నేను ఉదయం త్వరగా లేస్తాను. లేచి పళ్ళు తోముకుంటాను. తర్వాత స్నానం చేసి బట్టలు వేసుకుంటాను. కొంచెం బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ తిని బయటికి వెళ్తాను. రాత్రికి ఇంటికి వచ్చి కొంచెం ఫోన్ చూస్తాను. తర్వాత ఆలస్యంగా పడుకుంటాను. Now let's go line by line. నేను ఉదయం త్వరగా లేస్తాను. I wake up early in the morning. లేచి పళ్ళు తోముకుంటాను. I get up and brush my teeth. తర్వాత స్నానం చేసి బట్టలు వేసుకుంటాను. After that, I bathe and put on clothes. కొంచెం బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ తిని బయటికి వెళ్తాను. I eat a little breakfast and go out. రాత్రికి ఇంటికి వచ్చి కొంచెం ఫోన్ చూస్తాను. At night, I come home and look at my phone a little. తర్వాత ఆలస్యంగా పడుకుంటాను. After that, I go to sleep late. Good. And yes, breakfast and phone slipped in as English words because that's exactly how a lot of real casual speech works. Totally normal. Let's recycle the core idea one more time so it becomes automatic. Telugu daily routine actions are often just expressed directly and naturally. You don't need to build a complicated self-structure. Learn the action chunk people actually use. Lestanu, wake up. Lechi, after getting up. Pallu tomukuntanu, brush my teeth. Snanam chestanu, bathe. Ready avutanu, get ready. Battalu veskuntanu, get dressed. Padukuntanu, go to sleep. A memory aid. Imagine your day as a little Telugu movie trailer. Lestanu, tomukuntanu, snanam chestanu, ready avutanu, padukuntanu. Wake up, brush, bathe, get ready, sleep. Short, punchy, rhythmic. Your brain loves rhythm. Before we wrap up, let me ask you a few more naturally. Just answer out loud. How do you say in Telugu? I wake up early and go to sleep early. నేను త్వరగా లేచి త్వరగా పడుకుంటాను. నేను త్వరగా లేచి త్వరగా పడుకుంటాను. How do you say in Telugu? నేను ఉదయం స్నానం చేస్తాను. నేను ఉదయం స్నానం చేస్తాను. How do you say in Telugu? You get up late. నువ్వు ఆలస్యంగా లేస్తావు. నువ్వు ఆలస్యంగా లేస్తావు. Beautiful. If you got even part of those, that's a win. Quick recap. Today you learned how to talk about your daily routine in natural Telugu. Waking up, getting up, brushing your teeth, bathing, getting dressed, and going to sleep. The big takeaway is this. Telugu usually keeps these self-directed actions simple and natural. Don't force extra reflexive wording. Just use the real everyday chunks. So your core toolkit is Nenu lestano, Nenu pallu tomukuntanu, Nenu snanam chestanu, Nenu reddi avutanu, Nenu battalu veskuntanu, Nenu padukuntanu. That is already enough to describe a real morning and a real night. And hey, if it didn't all stick perfectly on the first listen, no tension. Totally fine. Language learning is basically friendly repetition with snacks. Listen again, say the sentences out loud, and use your own real routine. What time you wake up, whether you sleep late, whether you check your phone too much, no judgment. Maybe a little judgment. You're doing great. Chinna steps, big progress. Keep going, and soon these sentences will come out automatically. Super. Set. Done.